Hey everyone, welcome back to the Let's Talk Teaching podcast with Kayla Durkin. I am your host, the face behind North Dakota Teaching. I just have to come on here quickly and apologize to you. This isn't going to be a super long episode. I do hope that you find a little bit of inspiration in it, but I have to apologize because I super hyped up the last episode and now it's been about a month and I haven't posted since. Life just got the best of me. So, the last time you heard from me, I was sharing 10 mistakes that first year teachers make, and truly hope that you learn from the mistakes that I shared and you do not make the same mistakes that I made. I always want you to be able to learn and reflect and be able to say, yikes, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So, I hope you take those mistakes and make the best of them. But with that, it has just been a really busy month. And I hate when people make excuses like that. I will be the very first person to tell you that there's time for everything in life. We just have to prioritize it. And so, could I have prioritized this podcast and made room for it in my life? Absolutely. But at the same time, I am always going to be the first person to tell you that if you are overwhelmed, if there is too much going on in life, you just need to pick something that you can take off your plate. And for me, this podcast was just that. So, saying that out loud right now, I want you to think about, is there anything in your life right now where you are just so overwhelmed with everything else that you just need to find that one thing to take off your plate? And if so, take that thing and get rid of it. If you are following me on Instagram, you will also probably notice that I really haven't been posting much. I really haven't been doing stories that much. And that's just because I have needed a social media break. I'm hoping to pick things back up and get rip roaring and ready to go on there for all of you as we kick things off this summer. But I guess I've always thought authenticity is the key to success or the key to life or the key to happiness. I don't really know. Authenticity just goes so far. And so, first things first, we did get a puppy, and that has been very busy. The first couple weeks we had our puppy, which, okay, I guess when I say first couple, Saturday was officially 4 weeks of owning her, and she is the sweetest thing ever. But the first 2.5 weeks, she was barking all the time, and it was driving me absolutely insane. And so I felt like I never had protected time that I could do a podcast because she either needed to use the restroom, wanted to eat because she eats nonstop, or because she was barking. So there's that. We have kind of got past that hurdle now. She is the sweetest thing ever. We kind of have figured out a bathroom routine, which is so good. We understand her eating schedule a lot better. And thank goodness she just really doesn't bark as much because I was ready. This is going to sound horrible. I shouldn't even say it out loud. You are all going to judge me. I was ready to put a shock collar on her, and thank goodness those boxes say that they can't wear them until 6 months, because my little 10-week-old puppy would have had a shock collar on her and I probably would have traumatized her for life. And so, good thing they put the warning on, but hopefully we will not need that. In addition to that, just being very open and honest, leading up to this past Sunday has just been a lot of emotions for me. You all know that my husband and I struggle with fertility, and I know this podcast is not the place that you want to hear about that, but I just often feel like if we can kind of understand what other people are going through, we'll maybe have a deeper connection and a deeper relationship, and maybe just understand each other a little bit better. And so, as you know, yesterday, well, while I'm recording this, yesterday was Mother's Day. And for the past three Mother's Days, how do you even say that? For the past three Mother's Days, I have wanted to be a mother. Not that I've always wanted to be a mother, but actively trying to become a mother. And so when Mother's Day comes and it's another year that you just still don't know when or what God's plan is, it is pretty hard. We have another fertility appointment coming up this week, and there are just so many emotions and so many decisions and so many questions and so many wonderings. We are firm believers that God has a plan for us and everything is perfect in God's timing, and God's perfect looks very different than what we consider perfect. And I say that because in our eyes, a perfect life is having these beautiful babies that we get to share our life experiences with. And that might not be God's perfect life for us. And so just trusting in whatever He has in store for us has been on our hearts a lot lately. And also understanding, gosh, you guys, I didn't plan on telling you any of this, but here we are. Just also understanding that we have went back and forth with, I mean, just thinking about going through IVF and things like that, and understanding that God uses medicine for his greater glory every single day. God cures people and miracles happen every single day because of the good work that he does through all of his servants, us, doctors, people, humans. And so just knowing that God does use medicine for his greater glory, but also trying to, I guess, pray and wonder if that is our route, if it's not our route, if that's part of our journey, if it's not part of our journey, how do we really know? We're asking God every single day, but we just don't know what his plans are for us. So, why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you because that is just one of the reasons why I have needed a break lately, is simply because it's been overwhelming. It's just been overwhelming, especially with Mother's Day. And I had this conversation with a friend recently, but you can be so happy for people who are announcing their pregnancies and absolutely be crushed on the other side. I have so many people in my life now that are having their first, second, and third baby. And it's like, my husband and I could possibly be having our third baby this year, but we don't even know if we're going to have one baby. So, long story short, it has just been a lot and I just needed a break, but I wanted to come back on here and just always be my authentic self that I am, and let you know that if you are going through a trying season, if you are going through a time that there is just so much going on and you need to put something off, take something off your plate and put it on the shelf, I want you to take that item and I want you to put it up there, and you can pick it back up when the timing feels right, when you feel like you're ready to handle it, because that's what life is all about. It's about, is it going to fit into my schedule? Is it not? Is it part of my journey right now? Is it not? And so this podcast, all of you that listen to this podcast, you are all part of my story. You are all part of my journey. And each and every one of you means so much to me. You have no idea. I hope this isn't too loud. I'm actually going to log into the platform right now and see how many active listeners I have, just so I can kind of thank you personally, because all of you mean so much to me. The fact that you come on here and you listen to what I have to say, just this teacher from North Dakota. North Dakota itself has enough of a stigma, which is why I changed it from the North Dakota Teaching Podcast to the Let's Talk Teaching Podcast. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have not posted an episode since April 7th. It is currently May 9th. So in this past month, I have not posted a new episode, and 721 of you are already on here still listening to old episodes, which you just have no idea how much that means to me. So thank you for all of you who are here. You are absolutely incredible. Okay. Moving on from that, what did I even want to talk to you about today? This has been a lot. Oh, first things first, I didn't plan on talking to you about this either. But during that hiatus that I took since April 7th, when I released that last episode, we opened up the Blossoming Teacher course. If any of you are listening to this and you became a Blossoming Teacher course member, I have to say how thankful I am to all of you as well. You are trusting in me to help guide you during your first year of teaching, which you have no idea how much that means to me. So we invited 30 members into the program. We still have plenty of time. This program is a year-long program, so we are going to be accepting members through June for the fall 2022-2023 school year. But with that, we are kicking things off on June 1st with our summer boot camp. So this summer, we have teachers who they already have enough going on. They already have enough on their plate and they don't want to take on anything more. And I 100% respect that, as you know, because I believe put it on the shelf and come back to it when you're ready. But with that, we also have teachers that are rip roaring and ready to go. They have the summer off. They are going to take every single minute they have of this summer and prep for the school year. That's me. That's the kind of person I am. I'm like, I don't know if any of you know this, if I've mentioned this on a podcast before or not, but when I was gearing up for my very first year of teaching, I waitressed. And so I would be at home waitressing my shift from 4 to 9 or 4 to 10 or whatever it was. Then I would drive the 20 minutes to the school that I was going to be teaching at. It was 20-mile drive, 22, I guess, to be precise. And then I would work in my classroom from like 11 p.m. to like 2 in the morning. And then I would drive home and do it again the next day. Just wild. So if you, I guess, long story short, what I'm getting at is if you are the kind of person that is a 100% go-getter and you're like, I need to use every single second I have this summer preparing for my first year of teaching, I want you to come join us for our new teacher summer boot camp opportunity. We have 5 different events going on every single month for a total of, maybe it's 4. I don't know. I think it's a total of 11 different things that we're doing. Again, I am doing this podcast off the cuff, so I should have been more prepared. You guys are probably listening thinking, why don't you know this information? But anyway, what we're going to be doing is, first things first, we are going to be doing a book club. We are doing the book The Wild Card by Hope and Wade King. And so if you want to check that book out, you can go to ndteaching.com/Amazon. Check out my book list. The book is linked on there. So that's going to be the book that we're reading this summer. We are going to be having summer work sessions, which is so awesome. I cannot wait. I don't know if you've done anything like this before, but it's basically like a PLC. If you don't know what a PLC is, it's a professional learning community. What we're going to do is we are all going to hop on Zoom. We are going to break out into different rooms. There will be rooms based on grades and content areas that we're teaching. There are going to be rooms based on what you want to talk about, lesson plans, classroom management, whatever it is. You're going to bring whatever you are working on at that moment, and you're going to go into a breakout room and you're going to talk to other teachers all around the country about the things that you are currently working on. Like, how stinking cool is that? I almost said how freaking cool. I don't know if that's appropriate or not. How stinking cool is that you get to get along with teachers from all around the country, go into breakout rooms with them and say, hey, you know what? I'm teaching first grade. You're teaching first grade. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing our first 3 days of school. Or, hey, you're a high school math teacher. What curriculum are you using? Oh, you don't have one either? Yeah, let's break down these standards. So I absolutely cannot wait for our summer boot camp for those work sessions. We're also going to be doing coaching calls. We're also going to be doing lunch and learns. So summer boot camp is going to be absolutely incredible. I think all of you should join. You can go to ndteaching.com/blossom for more information. If you would like to join the Blossoming Teacher course, our coaching calls are also going to kick off here on June 1st. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome time. And again, it's ndteaching.com/blossom. So with that, now that we have all of that out of the way, here's why I actually wanted to talk to all of you today. A lot of you are down to your last couple weeks of school. Some of you might have 10 days left, 9 days left. Some of you might have 2 weeks left, 3 weeks left, 4 weeks left. Maybe you go into June, whatever it is. The school year is wrapping up, whether we like it or not, whether we are so ready or we're not ready, it is wrapping up. And here's what I want to tell you about that. During the end of the year, I need you to have a get to mindset instead of a have to mindset. I don't want you to be thinking about all of the things you have to get done by the end of the school year. I want you to be thinking about all of the things that you get to get done by the end of the school year. Why does that matter? Why is that so important to me? Well, I really want you to flip your mindset, excuse me, because it is going to make a huge impact in how you view these last few weeks of school that you have. When you wake up every day thinking about all the things you get to go to school and do, it's going to be a lot easier than having to wake up here I am, than having to wake up and go to school and think about all of the things you have to do when you get there. So flip your mindset. And then with that, remember that at the end of the school year, these are some of the really big things that kids remember. I want you to think back to your elementary, middle, high school, whatever it is, the big things that you remember. What are they? For me, I remember doing field days at the end of the school year. I remember signing yearbooks at the end of the school year. I remember getting to go around and say bye to all of my teachers. I remember having special snacks and doing special things because it was the end of the year. Think of those things. And now think about the current kids that you are teaching. Not that you have to do anything big and elaborate or spend a bunch of money or do a bunch of gifts or anything like that. You don't have to do the balloon countdown. You don't have to pick a star student every single day. You don't have to do any of those things. But what I do want you to do is I do want you to think about, what can you do that is going to be really, really special to end this school year, that is just going to make your students feel loved and feel seen and feel heard on these last few days before they go 3 months without seeing any teachers again? I 100%. Oh my gosh, now you guys can hear Honey barking right now because I just had to walk out and get my charger quickly. So I don't know if she'll settle back in or if you're going to hear her bark. I am so apologetic if you do. I just told you she doesn't really bark anymore, but she really wants my attention. So here we go. Let's keep going. I 100% feel like you deserve summer break. Every single teacher who is listening to this deserves break. You have all worked so dang hard this year. It has been one of the hardest years of teaching on record. And so I want you to be excited for summer, and I want you to be thinking about all the things that you get to do this summer, in addition to just getting that break that you have so much so earned and deserve. But with that, I do really want you to have that mindset of you still have X amount of days left with your students. And so you still get to make a difference and make an impact on all of those days that you have left with them. A lot of times we're doing our countdown to summer break. And I don't want to make anyone feel bad if you are doing a countdown to summer break. I just want this to maybe be a moment of reflection. I actually mentioned this on Instagram a week ago or so, and I got a lot of backlash and I got a lot of hate about it. And so, another reason why people don't always want to be on social media is because you mention something and then people send you really mean messages. So, anyway, what I want to say is, instead of thinking about this many days till summer, I want you to think about 10 days left to make a difference, 10 days left of learning, 10 days left to love each other, 10 days left to be a classroom community, whatever it is, flipping that instead of 10 days till summer break, because that puts your students in the mindset of that you also want to get rid of them. There are some students that we have in our classroom that they need you, like they really need you. We have students that, they would probably learn whether they had us or not. They would probably be fine whether they had us or not. But there are students in our room that they wouldn't be okay without you. They are where they are. They are mentally stable because of the impact that you have had on them this year. So when you have 10 days left till summer break and you're just so excited for summer and you're just talking all about all the things you're going to do this summer, that really hurts them because they're thinking, but what about me? But what about us? But what about our time together? But what about all the memories that we made this school year? Don't you care about me? Don't you want to spend time with me? Don't you want to see me? There are a lot of students that they need you. And again, I know you've earned your break. I know you have worked so hard, but I really want you to think about, as you are doing your countdown to summer, can you possibly flip it? And instead of saying 10 days till summer break, instead, could you maybe say 10 more days to make a difference, 10 more days to love each other, 10 more days left of learning, something like that, 10 more days to really just make every single day count, 10 more days to make it matter, 10 more days to make it count, whatever you want to do, just have it be positive, because there are students in our classrooms that they're not ready to go and they're not ready to let go and they're not ready to not see you every single day for 3 months or possibly never again. There are students that are moving into a different building. They're maybe moving away, whatever it is. And you made such a big impact on them, whether you realize it or not. And for you, not that you can't be excited, but for you to just seem so excited to be ready for summer and to leave them behind can be pretty hurtful. So again, you might be listening to this thinking, Kayla, you're out of your mind and I hate you just as much as all the other people on Instagram hate you. And if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. And if you want to have a respectful conversation about it, I 100% want you to reach out to me in a respectful manner and we can chat about it too. But the most important thing here is take your students' feelings into consideration. 100% you've deserved and earned a break, but 100% there are going to be students that are heartbroken that they are not going to get to wake up and come to school and see you every single day. So really just put yourself in their shoes and think about maybe where they are at right now. And then with that, gosh, you guys, there's been a lot of ramble jamble going on here today, but I just kind of want to tell you what's coming up ahead. Of course, I told you June 1st, we are kicking off the Blossoming Teacher course. I told you we have our book club starting soon and we are doing the wild card. I told you about our new teacher summer boot camp that we're doing. I 100% want you to join me for all of those things. But in addition to that, Sydney LaFrenz and I'm sure you all know Sydney. She is like my very favorite person in the entire world. We are doing our second annual College to Classroom Success Summit. It is happening on Wednesday, June 29th. We actually have all of our presenters figured out, and we have so many awesome things that are going to be happening. We have a STEM presenter, we have classroom management presenter, we have a literacy presenter, we are talking about differentiation. So many things are going to be happening at the College to Classroom Success Summit. We have our wait list going on right now. So if you would like to get on the wait list so that you can get an early bird discount coupon, hint, 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 you are going to want to go to collegetoclassroom.com and check it out. And with that, again, just a reminder, you deserve summer break, but be empathetic and sympathetic towards students who maybe aren't quite ready for summer break. Remember that if there is just too much going on in your life right now, it's okay to take it off your plate and put it on the shelf and pick it back up when you're ready, just like I am doing right now with this podcast. There was just too much going on and I just needed a mental break from this. And as sorry as I am because I missed all of you, I also know it's what I needed for me. And it's just the space and the time that I needed to be sure that I could come back. Oh, and I guess the last thing I wanted to tell you about is, or did I already tell you? I don't think I already told you. You guys, I have no script. As you can tell, I'm just going off the cuff here, but I have started interviewing first year teachers. I am interviewing teachers who just finished their very first year of teaching, and we are just chatting about the ups and downs, the lessons learned, all of the things that went well, all of the things that they're maybe going to change up for next year, advice that they have, just all of the goodness that has been happening in their classroom. And so those interviews have started, and I'm going to start posting those episodes soonish, maybe next week, maybe the week after. I can't say for sure. I just know it's happening soon. They have been awesome interviews. So I know you are all going to learn a lot. And I guess with that, if you are finishing your first year of teaching and you want to be interviewed on a podcast, you want me to interview you, send me a message. Go on to Instagram, ND Teaching. I was going to say ndteaching.com, but go on to Instagram at North Dakota Teaching and send me a message and I will get the link filled out for you so that I can interview you and I can learn a little bit more about your first year of teaching. And with that, that is all. Has it been enough? Has it been too much? Are you overwhelmed? Are you never coming back? It's just been a lot of honesty and a lot of authenticity here tonight. So I will talk to you soon. If you need anything, you can always send me a message. Let's chat. Again, if there's too much going on in your life, take it off, set it on the shelf, and pick it back up when you're ready. And with that, I will see you hopefully soon.